Now we move on to the last lab of MH2010. This is the operation of a blower. Blower is a device for blowing air, sucking and then blowing. So large quantity of air, if you want to force through a discharge, then in that case, blower is a blowing blower. You might have seen in MH20, MH1110 in the air conditioner also. In the AHU, air handling unit, it's a big blower is there. That blower is actually forcing the air, the cold air through the duct to the various buildings and rooms. Same thing, that's same purpose. Exhaust fan is like a blower because it is sucking from inside the kitchen or in the toilet, and then it is pushing the dirty and hot air is going out, blower. So that is a small one, but this is a blower, this is a big one. And this is a rotating equipment. This blower is a rotating equipment, not stationary. And look at the parts of the blower. This is the suction. The air is sucked up through here, and this is a discharge. This is a discharge. And the inside, this is a shaft here, and inside the shaft there is a rotating impeller. See, look here, this is a blade impeller. This impeller is rotating, and then through the impeller, the air is blown and through this discharge, and that is how it happens. And here also they can see on the shaft there is a bearing here to hold the impeller, and if there is no bearing, there is a possibility of vibration too much. That's why the bearing need to be lubricated also. Here there's a key and there's a bearing here, and also at the end of this one here there is also another bearing here on the shaft here. And this blower is driven by a motor here. This is a motor. And then motor, there is a driver pulley. This is a motor and driver, and this is a driver pulley, and this is the driven pulley of the impeller. This is a driver pulley, driven pulley. And this driver pulley and driven pulley are connected by means of a V-belt. This is a V-belt. And this V-belt will connect the power transmission of the movement of the motor to the impeller through by means of a V-belt. These are the important, and this is the body casing. It's a casing. These are the important parts of the blower. And coming to the horsepower of the motor, this is a quarter horsepower, 1/4 horsepower, or 0.25 horsepower. This one, and this make is a Dayton type. This one. RPM of the motor is 1725. RPM is 17. It is written in the nameplate, and 1725. 1725 is the RPM of the motor, and the voltage is 230 to 40 voltage. 230 to 460 voltage is the voltage required for operating this one. Voltage 230 to 460. And coming to the driver pulley. The diameter of this pulley here, this pulley diameter, this pulley is 80 millimeter. This is 80 millimeter. From here to here, outer to outer, diameter 80 millimeter. Using a micrometer or vernier, you can vernier to find out this one. And in fact, you are at home. Otherwise, in the practical, you would measure actually, and they will find out everything. And also driven pulley, this one, the driven pulley, the diameter is 150 millimeter. 150 is the millimeter, is the 150 millimeter is the diameter of the driven pulley. This is 80 and 150. So that you can find out the gear ratio, the speed ratio. You can find out speed ratio by that equation. So you might have studied before also. N1 by N2 is equal to D1 by D2 by D1. That equation, using the equation, you can find out the speed ratio also. Find out the speed ratio in the lab report. And the RPM of the driven pulley, also find out the RPM of the driven pulley. That also you can find out from by knowing the speed ratio. And now we'll start this one. After we'll show another one also, and another blower. Then we'll start this. I'll show you how it can be operated. Coming to this also another industrial blower here. And here this is the casing, and this is suction is from here. There is a vent here, and there's filter also here. Through the vent this side, the air is sucked, and it is going to the air. Again, there is an impeller here, and the impeller rotates, and because of the power coming from this switch, and the motor also inside, and that motor will here. Motor you can see here. This is a motor. That motor is connected to the driver, and then there is an impeller also connected. And inside you cannot see. If you want to, if you open, then you will see this one. And then there is this is a discharge. Suction the other side. This is discharge, and then this is the electrical switch for operating the blower. And these are the important parts. And look at here. This is the details about the specification of the blower here. See, this is the specification. Here it is written that 50 hertz and voltage is 232 kilowatt is the capacity. RPM is RPM is not given here. Okay, but here RPM is not given. So anyway, this is the regarding the another blower. I will start first this one, and then I will show you the other one also. The important parts: this is suction, discharge, casing, and this is the control electrical switch, and the motor here for the driver, and the inside the impeller will be here. So what happens when it is started? So, now coming to another one. This is more powerful. Look at the belt. Belt tension is not coming. Belt tension. Loose. So we are seeing when this is operated, you might have noticed the tension of the belt is not correct. So you need to take it out and check first the belt, any problem here, any damage, any crack or anything, and then according to the specification, you need to test. You must tension the belt, because otherwise you not get the efficiency, performance of the blower will not get the as per the specification. So that's why you need to adjust the tension. That's about this. Otherwise, there is no noise. Perfectly all right. This lab is actually to understand how a blower works, important parts and functions, and then find out the gear speed ratio, and then complete the lab report by answering the questions also. That's about this operation of blower, the last lab. Thank you so much.